He does not know the nature of his own desire, Nietzsche says of the ascetic. The desire of the tortured person to escape from torture, to escape the heaviness and weariness of life. We should overcome our nausea and compassion of ourselves. This weariness is a fear of happiness and beauty, and a longing to get away from appearances, transience, growth, death, to hold eternity, to be eternal, to hold fast and forever that moment of me floating, to be absolute in the cosmic smallness and flux of becoming, in impossibility. Try as she may, even the Buddhist cannot do that. Nietzsche takes all forms of mysticism, whether religious or philosophical, to be infused with a desire to stop willing. He then infers that this desire is in fact impossible. One can never stop willing. We are in fact fated to be a willing thing that is unable to affect its primal nature in any way. Rationality stands powerless against the mighty voice of nature. The pathos of Schopenhauer and pessimism, and by extension mysticism, is therefore not the desire not to will, but rather the desire to will nothing. The mystical man is disappointed with the something, so he starts to will the nothing. Nietzsche phrases this in his genealogy of morals as, man would sooner will the nothing than not will. As such, the desire to stop willing is in fact one of the many faces of nihilism. Nihilism is the psychological assertion that being becomes devalued and should, for that very reason, be rejected. Mysticism is a reaction to nihilism. We flee away from life because we are, in fact, unable to cope with it. Still, as a fundamental attitude to remove oneself from life and all its pleasures and displeasures, the ascetical way of life seems to be some kind of existential anorexia. The origin of all being is life and desire. Any practice that turns against this fertile spawning ground is diseased and decadent. The mystical man desires a deep sleep to attain a mystical unity with God. The name for nothingness is God, by silencing all of his desires. Nietzsche offers a counterweight in a form of artistic hedonism. Instead of violently refusing life in all its glory, and for Nietzsche in all its shit as well, and all its pain and anguish and meaninglessness, it is in itself its own meaning. We are to make our existence into art. To look away will be my only denial. And everything together and in the large, I want to be solely a yes-sayer. Yes, 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 yes.